Ichiro Inuyashiki is a typical salaryman giving his all to keep his family blissful, yet his loved ones underestimates generally his work and frequently deals with him like waste. Ichiro has as of late purchased a new house in a superior neighborhood for the well-being of his girl Mari and child Takeshi are happy to see a major house and enter it for their own. They energetically attempt to enter it, however are informed their home is the little one by the side. It is all that Ichiro might have finished with the cash. He put something aside for a really long time. In any case, the youngsters couldn't care less. While trying to ease up the state of mind, he lets them know he purchased their favorite food, however nobody focuses. All things considered, they go out to supper, abandoning Ichiro to eat alone. At some point, Ichiro stays at work longer than required and returns home late. In a dim back street, he sees a gathering of muggers beating a person for cash. He considers helping the man, however is excessively weak to do it. In fact, right when he pivots, he sees Mari watching him in disillusionment. She advises him that he is a nauseating defeatist prior to stomping off. Back home, Ichiro sits before their home contemplating life. Out of nowhere, a dog strolls toward him, needing to be petted. Its collar says she goes by Hanako. If it's not too much trouble, deal with her. Ichiro feels sorry for the dog, be that as it may. His significant other believes that him should dispose of it. She likewise gives him his clinical report, which says that he wants another examination. The following day, Ichiro goes to the clinic and finds out he has third-stage disease. It has spread all through his body, which gives him as it were a couple of months to live. Overpowered by the news, he calls his significant other, yet she closes the call before he can tell her the news, while his kids don't for even a moment get their telephones. Afterward, Ichiro goes for Hanako on a stroll and ponders on the off chance that his family will cry when they are familiar his malignant growth. With overwhelming sadness, he leaves Hanako by the roadside and takes off to a recreation area. Incredibly, the creature follows him there, seeing that he is the one in particular who thinks often about him. Ichiro cries while saying sorry to the dog. A few seconds after the fact, he sees another man sitting on a recreation area seat before him. Out of nowhere, a splendid light glimmers overhead and keeps getting greater. Something huge tumbles from the sky, hitting Ichiro and the man adjacent to him, causing their prompt passing. The following day, in any case, Ichiro awakens in the recreation area, right where he had landed yesterday. Hanako is next to him on the ground. He gets his glasses, however acknowledges he can see plainly indeed, even without them. Not knowing what to do, he go on about his day. At home, his hand transforms into a weapon-like gadget and regurgitates out the morning meal he had recently eaten. He is much more alarmed when his face deteriorates to uncover an electric framework inside his head. Consistently, his whole body transforms into a machine. Incidentally, the bizarre article killed Ichiro the previous evening. It was a mix-up on the part of the outsiders who were flying the item. Thus, they resuscitated him as a machine with feelings. He currently has superhuman strength and the force of any apparatus on the planet. The one who was with him yesterday, named Hiro, likewise got the superpower. He goes to his companion at Naoyuki's home and shoots a bird with his fingers. He then brings a shocked Naoyuki to a parking area and features how he can move vehicles with his brain. Naoyuki is perplexed by Hiro's power and feels like he is in a fantasy. In the meantime, Ichiro is as yet confounded about this. Morning, coming back, he sees a harmed pigeon out and about. As he goes to get it, his hands recuperate the bird, and it takes off. All of a sudden, his increased hearing power makes him hear a mother begging doctors to save her child. He follows the sound and finds a wiped-out kid on the medical clinic bed. As he contacts his face, the youngster begins to recuperate like the pigeon. Ichiro happily lets the youngster know that he has recuperated and gets back joyfully. The following day, Naoyuki is tormented by his schoolmates. Hiro mediates and attempts to kill the domineering jerk until Naoyuki stops him. Naoyuki sees that the power has made Hiro brutal, which alarms him. Shion is a young lady from Hiro's group who has eyes only for him. That day she lets him know that she enjoys him, leaving Hiro in shock. From that point onward, we are acquainted with his mom, who is a server in a cafe. His dad is a rich man who left his mom for another lady. Hiro could do without his dad, yet still goes to meet him and his other family for supper. Hiro's step-kin like him and are constantly eager to see him, yet he would never like them back, thinking about his unfortunate mother. It is nearly 12 p.m. when Hiro is strolling back home. He hears a family which reminds of his father's new life. Incensed with outrage, he breaks into the family's home, kills the guardians, what's more, pursues the girl down the foyer, while he involves his power for retribution. Ichiro mends numerous youngsters in the clinic. The homicide stands out as truly newsworthy the following day. Since no shots were found, Naoyuki is apprehensive his companion is behind the homicide. At the point when they meet, Hiro offers him a colossal measure of cash. The young men get into a contention as a result of it. Naoyuki can't accept how simple it is for Hiro to kill blameless individuals. He would rather not be his companion any longer. Hiro is crushed by Naoyuki's remark. He gets back, still in shock, just to find that his mom has pancreatic disease. He starts to cry in her arms, promising her that he won't let her pass on. In the meantime, at Ichiro's home, his child is found taking cash from his mom's handbag and Mari says she would rather not go to the college. The family is in confusion when Ichiro lets everybody know that he will safeguard every one of them. Giggling at her dad's idiocy, Mari lets him know that Takeshi is being tormented at school. What's more, her mom has an unsanctioned romance with a more youthful man. She needs to aggravate him than she does, which works proficiently. That evening, Ichiro cries alone in his room unexpectedly. He hears Naoyuki appealing to God to prevent his companion from killing individuals. Ichiro understands he is discussing Hiro and flies to him. They talk for some time and sort out that Furthermore, Hiro were changed by some type of higher life. Naoyuki offers to prepare Ichiro so he can prevent Hiro from killing more individuals. Despite the fact that they have similar abilities, Hiro can utilize his capacities more proficiently than Ichiro. The following day they meet in an unwanted carport where Naoyuki trains Ichiro to shoot through his fingers. In the wake of attempting over and again, Ichiro at long last succeeds, however needs more practice. In the meantime, Hiro and his mom are at the specialist where he tells them, at that point, that her malignant growth cells have vanished. Both the specialist and Hiro's mom are astonished. Coming back home, 6 cops encompass them. They are there to investigate Hiro about the murders. As his mom asks them what her child has done, Hiro makes a run for it. The cops get him, yet he can evade utilizing his powers. Ultimately, he shoots 3 of the cops dead. It is obvious to them that Hiro is the one behind the homicides. His photos are all around the information. The following day, that very day, his companion Shion finds him on an extension and brings him home. She doesn't care about individuals he has killed and permit him to remain with her however long he needs. She resides with her grandma, which makes it simpler for Hiro to conceal in their home. In the meantime, Ichiro has dominated shooting from his fingers. As days go by, they understand that water goes about as fuel to Ichiro's power, however he is adversely affected by sodium water. Since Hiro is sequestered from everything, the media begins going after his mom. She gets passing dangers on the web and is hassled in the city. Hiro sees his mom on the television and can't resist the urge to cry. At the point when the culpability is a lot for her to deal with, she commits the incomprehensible. Hiro gets to realize about this through a news channel and are crushed. His misery changes into outrage and he makes it his central goal to kill everyone who discusses his mom. He before long figures out that he can shoot individuals through their telephones and PCs. Utilizing the web, he chases down everyone who remarks on his mom and kills them through their gadgets. That evening, Hiro shows Shion his mechanical arm to demonstrate that he is certainly not a human. He takes her in his arms and flies with the assistance of his parachute. While flying over the high rises, he vows to be there with her eternity. The inexplicable killings shake the whole country, making individuals go into a craze. 5 individuals who endure the endeavored murder let the press know that they saw Hiro on their telephone screens before they were shot. That evening, Shion is in her kitchen when out of nowhere, a gathering of expert riflemen begins shooting. Hiro kills all of them, however can't save a perishing Shion. The house is encircled by the police. After Shion, Hiro has nobody to live for. His head goes numb and is loaded up with a sensation of retribution. In no time, he takes off through the window. The police can't understand what simply occurred. Ichiro figures out the thing Hiro is doing and asks his family don't utilize cell phones and remain at home for the afternoon. Yet to the surprise of no one, they don't comply with him. Hiro hacks each and every cell phone in Tokyo and lets individuals know that he has announced war against Japan. He intends to kill every one of the 120 million individuals until nobody is left. After the announcement, he doesn't sit around idly prior to terminating transparently through the bulletin. Many individuals kick the bucket in the span of a moment and the city goes into bedlam. In the interim, Ichiro and Naoyuri take over Hiro and hack every one of the PCs. They illuminate everybody to remain off their cell phones and PCs. Their arrangement works and individuals quit utilizing their telephones. Hiro at long last acknowledges there is someone else like him and chooses to change his arrangement a piece. He begins dropping a few rockets on various pieces of the city. As the mayhem increases, Ichiro sorts out Hiro's area and hurries to stop him. The two meet on the highest point of a high rise. Ichiro attempts to quiet Hiro down, however without much of any result. They fly through the sky of Tokyo while fighting. Hiro's rocket harms numerous honest individuals, one of them being Mari. Ichiro hears Mari asking for help while he is on the run. After a serious battle, they land on top of a structure. Ichiro again demands Hiro to stop, however he declines. When Hiro attempts to hydrate from a jug, Ichiro kills it and cleverly drops the container with sodium water in it. Not knowing the impacts of sodium, Hiro chugs the water down. He then, at that point, barrages Ichiro with rockets in the air. He is going to kill Ichiro with the last shot when the sodium water makes him feeble. While tumbling down from the level, Hiro understands that he is the antagonist of the story. Meanwhile, Ichiro comes down to save his little girl and finds her in the midst of the remaining parts of a structure. She is nearly biting the dust when he utilizes his powers to save her. However, as they observe, once more, Hiro shows up and kicks Ichiro. Mari likewise has chance all the while. Hiro overwhelms Ichiro prior to tossing Mari through the window. This enrages Ichiro and duplicates his mechanical powers. Both Hiro and Ichiro jump at one another, however this time, Ichiro's solidarity overwhelms Hiro, dismantles his arm. Following that, Ichiro gets Mari in the air and saves her. Mari acknowledges she has been off base about her dad and watches him save others in esteem. 7 days after the episode, the press pronounces Hiro dead. Ichiro is currently regarded in his family, generally by his girl. The end. If you like this story, please subscribe to the channel and like it to motivate me to bring you more stories like this.